Hi, I'm Kevin Taylor, and my presentation is on where did seeds come from? Before I begin, I understand that some of those of you watching may not be keen on the subject, so I'm going to try and keep it in layman's terms as much as possible so you will try to understand where I'm coming from. What do I want to get from this presentation? Well, I want you to be aware that there's a possibility that Earth was a glorious creation, rather than an accident that some people assume. Let me show you a quick clip as far as where I see that we were a glorious creation rather than we just happened by accident.
Tarek and Christina must keep their high risk. While most people know this,
So as you see, the mistletoe bird assists in the reproduction of the mistletoe. Some would argue that the natural selection would be taking place there too, as well as far as the mistletoe goes, but it also relies on the bird to help it reproduce. Some questions I'd like you to ponder are, where did seeds come from if everything had originated from nothing, as a lot of the Big Bang theorists believe? If natural selection has been going on since the beginning of time, then why do plants rely on other organisms such as the mistletoe bird to help reproduce? And later on you'll see that they also rely on a lot of other organisms for protection. Excuse me. There's a quote here by Charles Darwin, who is really one of the second true creator of, or theorizer of, the Big Bang Theory. One general law leading to the advancement of all organ beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live and the weakest die. And this is my argument. The fact that plants require seeds and the assistance of animals and other organisms to reproduce and protect them, I feel, proves that the Big Bang Theory and evolution from single-cell organisms did not happen in the way most people believe, which is everything on Earth came into existence from nothing. In this case, the plant came before the seed. How? If this were true, why then all of a sudden did plants need seeds? Some theories of the Big Bang claim the Earth formed from a dust cloud. If this were true, then where did all of the seeds for these thousands of plant species come from? I'm going to show you another video of the dust cloud theory. Sorry, I can't do closed captioning on this one, apparently. Okay, so according to that video, we came from nothing. We just happened to happen. And if that were the case, and we evolved from nothing, in my opinion, why, as far as, let's say, the mistletoe bird and the mistletoe, how did the mistletoe come to be needing the mistletoe bird to help it reproduce, unless the mistletoe bird had always wanted to eat the mistletoe, the parasite? Now, why? How would the mistletoe bird, or the mistletoe, know that that mistletoe bird was all of a sudden going to like these parasites? And so it decided to, or the seeds of it, so it decided to produce seeds without any other interaction with that mistletoe bird. Now, scientists have dated grasses back to almost 130 million years ago. That's just a grass. And 12,000 different species of grass known. And some of them were found 40 million to 129 million, up to 130 million years in the mouths of some of the dinosaurs, fossils found in China. And other fossils of grass were found, as you can see here, in India, Africa, Europe, and parts of Antarctica. All different types of grass. Where did all these different types of grass come from if they're on different continents? My link to my source is right there on the bottom of the screen. I'll give you time if you want to copy it down. This PowerPoint will also be available. Plant seed fossils, they've been dated back to 300 million years. The same carbon dating or dating of fossils done on dinosaur fossils, which the oldest one they found so far is 240 million years. I'm sorry, that's a typo. 240 million years old. So seeds technically have been around longer than dinosaurs, than other organisms. If they were the first living inhabitants, then there is a possibility that there was plant life before animals or humans. So far as what science and evolutionists believe. Oh, I gotta find my cursor here. Okay, there we go. Similar to mistletoe, a lot of plants require animals and insects for reproduction and protection. such as from the University of Iowa, researchers found that they found a reduction in pollinating insects had a negative impact on plant life. In other words, plant life was not reproducing like it should have. But the denser population of bees in this case, they had a positive effect on the density of plant life. So there was more plant life coming into existence due to more bees being able to pollinate these plants. The parallel relationship showed that the plants rely on the pollinators to help them reproduce. And without the pollinators, plants probably wouldn't even exist. Here's a video right here that I'm going to show you real quick. That was a video of bees pollinating plants. I mean, there wasn't a lot of information there, but I just want to show you that the interaction between the bees and the plants, if it just happened to happen, like which one came first, if we all came from one thing, one organism, why then all of a sudden do the plants, the flowers in this case, rely on these bees to help them reproduce? Why did it come to that if they came into existence without the bees? Why all of a sudden did they want to use the bees to be pollinated, to be reproduced? Plant protection. The Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute found that bats play a major role in protecting plants from harmful insects, and also a similar research found that beetles instead of bats at the Douglas College of Institute of Urban Ecology help protect the plants. The results of these studies disprove the natural selection theory, in my opinion, because many of them require help from other organisms to survive, rather than themselves reacting to these negative stressors and adapting and overcoming the stressors through natural selection.